After a 12-year attempt to build it, it's official. The Keystone XL oil pipeline is dead. Now, many believe that President Joe Biden killed the pipeline back in January when he dealt the fatal blow to the partially built $9 billion Keystone XL Pipeline when he revoked its border crossing permit issued by former President Donald Trump. But it was this week that we can officially say rest in peace, Keystone XL. This as its sponsors, TC Energy and the province of Alberta, Canada, gave up and declared the line officially terminated. Now, activists and many scientists had warned that the pipeline would open a new spigot on Canada's oil sands crude, and that burning the fuel would lock in climate change. But now there's a hard fact for many of these activists to swallow. It's the fact that Canadian imports of crude continues to rise here into the United States of America, despite the shutdown of the Keystone XL pipeline. Canadian crude exports to the U.S. has steadily increased, driven largely by production from Alberta's oil sands region. A second TC Energy pipeline network, known simply as Keystone, has been delivering crude from Canada's oil sands region since 2010. The company says the line that runs from Alberta to Illinois, Oklahoma, and the Gulf Coast has moved more than 3 billion barrels of oil. Canada is the largest foreign crude supplier to the United States by miles. It's not even close. Canada imported about 3.5 million barrels a day from its neighbor up north in 2020. That's 61% of all U.S. oil imports. And now activists are even more upset as Enbridge Energy, it has proposed to expand its Line 3 pipeline in Minnesota, the target of protests this week that has led to the arrest of more than 250 activists. Protesters have been fighting the Canadian-based company's push to replace an aging pipeline across the northern part of the state of Minnesota this summer. The Minnesota segment of the pipeline already about 60% complete as of the start of this week. Meanwhile, the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, yes, there is such a thing, they said on Thursday that it expects no immediate effect on the production from Keystone XL's cancellation. But the group predicted more oil will be moved to the United States by rail. Yes, by rail. The demand is obviously there, and expect more trains carrying oil from Canada into the United States because of the shutdown of that pipeline. And yes, obviously Canada is currently not happy with President Joe Biden right now. He has taken money out of Canada's pockets. The dispute over Keystone XL and now other lines has raised tensions between both nations. Alberta initially sank more than $1 billion into Keystone XL last year to kickstart construction, and officials in the province are now supposedly considering some type of trade action against the United States in order to seek compensation for their losses. But in summary, the Keystone XL oil pipeline is officially gone. It's kaput. It doesn't exist. Bye-bye Keystone XL. There's going to be a lot of upcoming fights in courts during the next couple of weeks, months, and most likely years. And then there's the important question. What do you do with a pipeline that's not in use, just sitting there along the U.S.-Canada border, and what do you do with the other infrastructure around this route? Do you just let it sit there? That's a very big question coming up. I'll expect even more court battles to come, and we're going to have to keep our eyes focused on all of those headlines. For Modern Wall Street, I'm James Sweeney.